University of Colombo, Professor W. Chandrasekhar, Director, Conference Chair, Institute of Human Resources Advancement, University of Colombo, Professor Dr. Chalaksha Balakrishnan, keynote speaker from the University of Malaya, and also Ms. K.P. Sanamani, Lecturer, Conference Coordinator, Institute of Human Resources Advancement, University of Colombo, take their seats on the table.
Thank you very much. To welcome all the dignitaries gathered here today, I cordially invite Mr. K.D.N. Hevage, Senior Lecturer, Institute of Human Resource Advancement, University of Colombo.
Good morning. Dear ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to all of you. Today, December 18, 2024, we are the 5th International Conference of Institute of Human Resource Advancement, University of Colombo. Very first, I would like to welcome Senior Professor, Chair, H.D. Karnaraka, Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, on behalf of IHRA. Yes, sir. Thank you for your presence here. And we appreciate your guidance for this event to get in a good position. Secondly, I would like to welcome our Director, IHRA, University of Colombo, Professor Sagar Chandrasekhar. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for your directions and successfully achieved our goals for this event. Thirdly, I would like to welcome Professor Nisha Balakrishnan, Faculty of Education, University of Malaya. Dear Madam, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. Also present here today in this event. Fourthly, I would like to welcome Emeritus Professor Siri Hettige. Yes, sir, you are not here, but I would like to thank for your valuable speech and well wishes for this. Next, I would like to welcome our deans of the faculties and the members of the Board of Management as well as Academic Coordinating Committee. Senior Professor Asantha Manavadu, Dean, Faculty of Arts, and also Senior Professor Upul Swarnadara, Faculty of Science, Dean, and Senior Professor Sampat Funchiheva, Dean, Faculty of Law. In here, Dr. Kapila Bandara, Dean, Faculty of Education, and Professor N.P. Hennayaka, Dean, Faculty of Management. Yes, sir. You all are welcome and appreciate your presence today, this event. And also, Board of Management members and the members of the Academic Coordinating Committee, Dr. Salia Balasuri. I would like to welcome for this event. Also, I would like to welcome all the academic members came from various universities and participate in this event. And also, I would like to welcome the administrative officers participating here. Also, I would like to welcome here who are participating for presenting their research. All the researchers, students came from the various countries and the various universities, and all the friends came from the media coverage for this event. All are welcome for this event. And also, all the IHRA administration officers, non-academic staff members, I would like to welcome today this event. At last but not least, I would like to welcome Dr. Vijayantu Upatta, our senior lecturer, and Mrs. Sugandhika Sanumari, lecturer. I also welcome both of you. Also, I would like to remind you your valuable and endless commitment of this event. Thank you very much. Welcome all of you again. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be launching the proceedings of Institute of Human Resources Advancement University of Columbus International Research Conference on Emerging Trends in Management and Education. With the honors in presenting the proceedings of this conference, let me invite Professor W.S. Chandrasekhar, Director and Conference Chair from the Institute of Human Resources Advancement University of Colombo. And to receive these proceedings, let me first invite the chief guest for his opening ceremony, Senior Professor Chair H.D. Kanuratna, Vice Chancellor of the University. Next, let me invite Professor Dr. Shalche Balakrishnan, the keynote speaker from the University of Malaya, to receive a copy of the proceedings of this national conference. And also Ms. K.P. Sandamali, the lecturer and also the conference coordinator from the Institute of Human Resources Advancement, to receive a copy of this as well. Thank you, sir.
It is with great honor now I cordially invite Professor W.S. Chandrasekhar, Director of the Institute of Human Resource Advancement, University of Colombo, and the Chairperson of ETMEE 2024, to address the gathering.
Good morning, Senior Professor H.D. Kanuratna, Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo. Keynote speaker, Professor Vishala Balakrishnan, University of Malaya, and Professor Sampath Unjiheva, in Faculty of Management, and also we all members, distinguished guests, invitees, paper presenters, and all attendees. It is my privilege to address you here as the director as well as conference chair on the 5th International Research Conference on Emerging Trends in Management and Education. Why this topic is important? We every day feel changes in our life in different ways, particularly in education. When it comes to employee education, it is very important, especially in this digital era. If we go back to history of the institute, in 1975, this institute was established as the Workers' Education, and it was converted as the Institute of Human Resource Advancement in 2006. Workers' Education in 1975. We definitely know that everything has been changed and changing day by day. So that may be a reason that the name change happened in 2006. And also we know the delivery of materials and everything is getting changed. So what are the trends in employee education nowadays? We all know that we all talk about digital transformation, moving face-to-face lecture modes to online lecture modes, and also work from home, and also changing experience, changing expectations of employees due to many reasons. So when we cater employee education, we will have to think about these changes and we'll have to address. We know nowadays we cannot continue we cannot continue with traditional way of delivering lectures. We will have to think about, for instance, last week, one student came to me and then I asked him, did you go through the materials that I gave you related to my subject? Then he said that, no, sir, I am very busy. I didn't have time. But I went through YouTube lectures and recordings while I was driving. He said that he has 3 hour driving per day, 1.5 hour come and back 1.5 hour. He said that he listened to YouTube and he get the knowledge. Then we will have to rethink, okay, are we strict to attendance, 80% attendance, and are we sticking to the particular traditional way of delivering our lecture? When it comes to employee education, this is very critical because they are very busy and they have many burdens. One is balancing their life, maybe family life, sometimes maybe sorry, sometimes maybe they are having children, families, and so on. And on the other hand, they will have to balance or they will have to work well in their work environment. While they are handling those key pillars, they will have to learn. So that is we call work integrated learning. So nowadays we will have to focus on how we develop work integrated learning. That is why actually I think in 1977 this institute is being established, focusing employees while they are working, they have been given a chance to do their higher education. But one thing I want to highlight here, of course, I mean, the certificate is very, very important, but in lifelong education, which is a part of employee education. Employee education come under adult learning and education as a branch. So in adult learning and education, what do we highlight? Do we just empathize only the knowledge? No, that is wrong. That is the issue, I think. Of course, I mean that in Sri Lanka we have many institutions where deal with employee education or the lifelong education, but sometimes maybe they even don't know the objective of lifelong learning education. Of course, knowledge is very, very important. That is technical knowledge that is needed. But at the same time, according to UNESCO definition, lifelong learning or work integrated learning for the adult learning and education means enhancing or developing their knowledge, skills, attitudes, norms, and values. So we just focus only the knowledge or the technical knowledge. That is the issue. Once we go to a job or the interview, most of them are stuck because they are having technical knowledge, but soft skills are missing. So I think employers will have to think about just to keep in their position and develop their performance will have to uplift their skills. So that is, I think, nowadays big challenge. If someone is remain as it is, like for example, if they don't change the role of their job duty, and if they don't their job, then that would be kind of monotonous and kind of traditional thing. For instance, recently research done in USA explained that 45% have changed their job. What does it mean? Depending on requirements, changing their skills, they try to move, that is kind of mobility upgrade. They are changing their job role. But in Sri Lanka, we don't see, because I mean that especially in government sector, we also permanent. So they think that okay, that is permanent. They don't need skills. They don't need kind of gradual improvement. That is why they are also frustrated and also benefit to the particular institute or the department also is that because of that transformation is not taken place. I think as higher education, working in enhancing employee education, we will have to think about that. So our mandate is to, IHRA mandate is to enhance employee higher education. It is not just giving the technical knowledge, of course, as I explained. For instance, I will ask you a question. How many of you can make a tea? How many? I think almost all can make a tea. If you go to a small boutique or a small tea shop, how much you spend for a tea? Maybe 100, 150, something like that. But if you go to a 4-star or 5-star hotel, how much you spend for a tea? Maybe 4,000, 5,000, sometimes maybe more than that. What is the difference? What is the difference between a small tea shop tea and 5-star hotel tea? Maybe the way that they offer, maybe the atmosphere, maybe the branding. So many things. So like though you can make a tea, you cannot make a difference if you don't develop your skills. So that is why very, very important developing skills as well as attitudes and also gain values and norms. I think as I mentioned that lifelong learning and education in Sri Lanka, of course, many institutes are working on that, but there is no collaboration or the coordination, and they think that their mandate is this, that is why they are doing. At the end, they are also trying to produce so-called certificates and giving just technical knowledge. I don't undermine that technical knowledge is important. That is, I don't say that technical knowledge is not important. That is very, very important. But that is, along with technical knowledge, we have to develop skills, attitudes, as well as value formation. That is, I think in higher education, we are facing challenges. We are just only giving certificate, then we will be in a big trouble. And also, we know that nowadays AI coming in. Everyone knows that everyone talk about AI, generative AI, and so on. So how we work with the generative AI? Do we avoid? Do we skip? No, I think we cannot live without IT literacy skills. And without getting the help of AI, how we can move forward? I think we need research on that, especially in Sri Lanka. We don't, that openly talk about how to use in our education AI software and so on. That is must. We cannot avoid. In near future, even right now, human AI is coming in. So then it is not a challenge, but we'll have to think and we'll have to learn lesson from that. And at the same time, cyber security, and we think that, okay, we are very safe because we have password in our smartphone and we have fingerprint in our, what is called that laptop and so on. So we think that we are safe. Of course, we'll have to rethink and question, are we safe? If we are not digitally literate, so we are not safe. We are not safe. So like we are living in a naked, world. So that is why we need to focus on these trends, and we have to educate, and we have to rethink about these things, and we will have to embrace with digital transformation, digital tools to develop our education and also we'll have to balance between technical knowledge as well as soft skills. Of course, we have been taught in it, but nowadays it's a challenging thing. I think this kind of conferences definitely will help you like with how to deal with and how to investigate on these topics and the impact of digital transformation and AI software on employee education and job performance. These are very, very important. So that is why I think our international conference or the research conference definitely will help researchers to go ahead with and work with data and work with evidence and talk with evidence and give recommendations to the society for the betterment of the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words. Ladies and gentlemen, now we are honored to have distinct privilege of welcoming a visionary leader, Senior Professor IHRA, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, a state-art university towards greater heights. His leadership has been instrumental in fostering a culture of innovation and inquiry, making our university a beacon of academic excellence. With honor, let me now invite chief guest of this inauguration ceremony of the 5th International Research Conference 2024, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Senior Professor IHRA, to address this gathering.
Very good morning to all. Everyone, may you long peace. Thank you very much for inviting me, Professor W.S. Chandrasekhara, Director of the Institute of Human Resource Advancement. Today's keynote speaker, Dr. Professor Balakrishnan from the University of Malaya, Professor Sampath Munchideva, Dean of the Academy of Law, Professor IMK Fernando, Director of the Distance and Learning Institute of the University of Colombo, other board members, particularly members of the management board of the IHRA, then other members, all distinguished invitees, and dear participants for this international conference. As the Vice Chancellor, what I can at the outset say that this is my 24th international conference attending in this year within the University of Colombo. This might be the last for this year. Every year, University of Colombo conducts the main research conference as the annual research symposium since the year 2008. This year, our main umbrella theme was the sustainability through impactful research. Under that theme, various faculties and institutes selected their own sub-theme and organized this year 24 international conferences. All these international conferences, there is a keynote speaker, almost came from various countries, representing from various parts of the world. And apart from that, there were many papers, the totally 381 research papers presented in these 24 international conferences in this year. And particularly I saw in today's conference, there are 36 papers presenting under this programs. And at the outset, I would like to congratulate for those who are presenting papers in this international conference. And don't stop there, please publish in STI journal articles or index journal articles for betterment of what you have found and widely spread the voice of the University of Telangana. So because we know as researchers, we do many research, but how much our research is impactful is our burning issue in the society. The university academics engage in various research. People are asking how those research will improve our well-being of the society. So therefore, I hope this year theme is that under this theme, the Institute of Human Resource Advancement selected a theme, the emerging trends in management and employee education, which is also very, very important thing because we know employee education is the only institute set up within the university system in Sri Lanka to educate employees of the Sri Lanka. Though we have 22 million population, 8.5 million labor force is here. At least there are more than 7 million employees in the country. So that 7 million employees must have a place to do their further education because the education is a lifelong phenomenon today, lifelong process too. It is not only schooling or certificate or university certificate, it is a lifelong process. So for the lifelong process, I think the research and information very, very important. In this context, if I try to see this employee education in case of the today's world where emerging trends in the employee education is very, very important. Why we need to learn employee education? Because we know evolutionary and revolutionary changes happening in the world. Because of this evolutionary and revolutionary changes that we know there will be all the time the workforce changing, the dynamics of workforce changing. So particularly, you know, in your working place, people are aging, the workforce aging people are migrating, the different country people work with you, diversity in the workforce. And there are many things happening evolutionary and revolutionary way in your work. So that you need to learn workforce, how you should practice the management skills and education. And we know revolutionary, the world, the technology is changing. If the technology changing, we are not addressing in your workplace will be outdated. To what extent you are adapting this changing technology, particularly for upskilling and reskilling of the employees are very, very important. Because today's world, people's skills becoming outdated very soon. If people are not concerning the technology, particularly adopting a changing investment on technology. To what extent the organization has invested on technology is matter today. How much we invest on this AI technology and various methods, particularly data generation, data analytics, data creation, and particularly workplace should be taking decisions based on the data. If you are not taking data-based decisions today, if you are taking based on emotions, based on relations, based on politics, based on various individual approaches, your organization is controlling fast. So the data-based decision making is essential. For that, we need to educate people in the work organization. If we don't educate them, then you are having a serious issue. Then personalized learning experience. Particularly, we know that the individuals are having different mentalities. So when you are working, you need to understand your mentality and mental models surrounding you. Who are the mental models surrounding you? if you can't understand your partners, your team, your group, your organization, mental models, that organization is not going to success under your leadership. So the leadership is, of course, is not just today. Leadership is that how you get it done things to operation, collaboration, and delivery is always expected. People are expecting delivery. If you can't deliver, you are not a lecturer, you are not a leader. So that is very, very important. So in this sense, we know micro learning, virtual and augmented reality training, artificial intelligence and machine learning. There are various employee education, emerging trends in the world. And of course, automated content creation is a very essential thing to learn by employees. So engaging learning and increased participation is also important, particularly peer-to-peer learning, and there are many work education on that. Moving into the new trends in management, there are various trends in management due to this evolutionary and revolutionary changes happening in the world that we know, particularly due to the COVID pandemic and due to the civil wars, the people move into remote management and hybrid work. The people are prefer to have a particularly flexible work hours, work from home, work with internet, artificial intelligence, and automation, employee experience. How you care about the experience of your employees in organization? How you capitalize it for team learning and performance of the organization is very, very important. And lean management. The people always prefer today the lean management minimum damage to society as well as how you maximize is your time. When you allocate your time for someone, you cannot take back that time in your entire life. So if you allocate time for a particular person, that is the highest gift you can give to someone. So in particularly in this case, Sri Lanka, worth of others' time, how we respect for others' time. That is what I learned from the Japanese culture. The 12 years, my experience in Japan with 8 universities where respecting for others and having the others' time recognition. Once you give your time, you cannot take it back. That is the most valuable gift you can give for somebody else. Because we all have time. Out of which you then you can't take it back. Into the respect recognition of dynamics because the diversity in ways well. What organization is for success? Vision and alignment of the workforce, what we call the shared vision. Conducted in this year as the University of Colombo today is the #1 university in Sri Lanka, including 19 entities, 10 faculties, 6 institute, 1 school and 1 campus. They have been performing very well, and during the last 2.5 years, we have given more than 34,000 degrees, diplomas, postgraduate degrees during our period. So which means that the university is performing well. So why? Because all deans and directors they are doing very well. In this slide, I should thank Professor W. Chandrasekhar, who is handling the IHRA and doing very well. So I wish you all the very best. I hope that you will reach the better situation in next year. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we will now move on with a very special address by our first keynote speaker today. To give the introduction to our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Vishalaji Balakrishnan, I would like to invite Ms. K.T.S. Sandamani, Conference Coordinator and Lecturer, Institute of Human Resource Advancement, University of Colombo.
Very good morning to all. Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Senior Professor Chair H.D. Karnaratna, the Director of the Institute of Human Resource Advancement, Professor W.S. Chandrasekhar, who also served as the conference chair, Professor Dr. Vishalaji Balakrishnan, our distinguished keynote speaker, all the respected guests, authors, researchers, participants, and my dear students. Professor Vishalaji Balakrishnan holds a Bachelor of Education and Master of Education from the University of Malaya, and she has obtained her PhD in the Education from Victoria University of Wellington, New Zealand. While working as a postdoctoral scholar at the University of Waikato, she worked around how educators worldwide 21st century to work towards the inclusive education. She has focused on research and critical education psychology while serving as a research associate in the University of Waikato. Professor Vishal is the director of the Center for International and Comparative Education in University of Malaya from 2017 until now. She also holds the position of the Salam, we call it as the service learning, coordinator for University of Malaysia with the Ministry of Higher Education of the Malaysia in this area. Professor Visham has extensive experience of being principal investigator in several research projects, and she receives grant from the both government and private sector. Most of the research concerns service learning, inclusive education, moral education, and capacity developments. Professor Vishalachi acts as consultant for the Ministry of Education in several projects regarding civic and citizenship education and moral education. Other than that, she participated in the writing and quality control of moral education's curriculum and textbooks. Professor Vesha is experienced in holding workshops on topic. She was the organizing chair for a humanitarian values workshop held in the collaborations with University of Malaya and several NGOs. Recently, Professor program for 66 students from the 10 Asian nations. Currently, Professor Visha is and students around the globe to focus on uplifting society and make the Earth Charter a reality. Dear Madam, I cordially invite you to deliver the keynote speech.
Good morning to everyone here. Technology is always controlling us, so while technology is controlling us, let me get to know you first, and let me share why I'm here, because we've heard a lot about education, but for the past 2 decades, I'm also into management, managing NGOs, and the vice president for University Women Organization for universities, and also several other NGOs which needs lots of management. So when Prof. Sagra asked me, could I